Yo, what's good? It's Skano from the gutter still. I can't lie. I've been having some intrusive thoughts as far as going back to my old ways, man. Getting back on the grind. You know, getting some residual cash flow, so to speak. And I had to pump the brakes on it. You know what? And I'm not gonna say it's the devil, woo woo, and this, that, and the other. Sometimes your own mind just play tricks with you. My mind telling me, man, you're working your ass off. You're trying to do things the right way, and yet and still, inflation, and the economy being what it is. My mind get the, like I said, them intrusive thoughts get the whispering, man, saying, it ain't nothing to, you know, run some plays, nothing heavy. Like I said, just to get some residual cash flow, in theory. And see, that's the trap. That's the trap that got me in a situation. You know what? Sometimes, and don't take this the wrong way, nobody wants to struggle in life. We all want to be comfortable. We all want to live our best life, you know, whatever the hell that means. Because some of us out here living our best life and we on the way to hell, but to each their own. As for me, man, I have to just keep it ingrained in my mind that struggle is not necessarily, you know, the end of the world. And by struggling, I can't really sit here and say, because there's people out here homeless right now in the winter. They don't have nowhere to go. They burning down these little these tent communities for homeless people. They said, you know, the fire was started inside the community, but a lot of these homeless people really feel like the powers that be in the community ran that play, burnt down this tent city. They want these homeless people because they are centered downtown Cleveland. It became an eyesore. They want it up out of there, you know. And the powers that be, they don't. Never mind building a homeless facility for these people or something, trying to figure something out. They worried about scraping up X amount of billions of dollars to put a damn dome stadium down in Cleveland for them bum Browns. You know, 216 forever, but the Browns is trash. I would not. Anyway, they want to spend billions of dollars to build a damn stadium in one of the poorest cities in the country. Never mind the homeless people, we're not gonna worry about that. That's their problem. Such is the world we live in, man. But before I get off on a rant, it's like I had to pump the brakes. Like, yo, don't fall back into that trap, man. You doing, getting by sometimes is all right until you get over. Because sometimes when, you know what I'm saying, in the midst of the struggle, man, it's hard to see it's hard to see the light at the end of that tunnel. When you would have missed of that shit. And that's where the shortcuts, man, them shortcuts. And that's because I didn't put in the proper amount of work in the front end. So you can't cheat life, man. What you put into it is what you getting out. Everybody want to get rich quick. Everybody want it right now. And like I said, a lot of us hood dudes thought we was ahead of the curve. Never mind high school. Fuck I need college for. I'm getting money now, tax-free money. I'll be a millionaire by the time y'all graduate from college. But see, short-sightedness. So put in the work in the front end, and just maybe it will pay off down the road. Or as you'll be in a position in your 40s, late 30s, 40s, 50s. There's people out here. I seen somebody at a store, a gas station, and they're not to shame. I'm seeing this more and more often. people that are like in their 70s. Maybe I didn't ask their age, but they look old. 60s at least. 60s, 70s. And they standing at these cashiers, retail, whatever, And you could just see it in their eyes, man. That life is just kicking their ass. And it's like, you got to get up and go to work at 65, 70 years old because you won't have a roof over you. So, as I said, man, you're seeing a lot more people crashing out now. And I'm talking about young folks. Old folks, you done been through a lot. You get a little bit more, people from the back in the day. And I'm not saying young people are weak-minded nowadays, but a lot of these young people just ain't built the same. They not ready for that type of struggle, man. That's why you see a lot of young folks crashing out. And I'm talking about people who come from affluent families, but their parents is like, nah, you got to get it on your own. We not going, or maybe they don't have the means to just, finance them through college. You got to figure some stuff out on your own. You seeing a lot of young people just can't hack it. They crashing out, man. They like this shit too hard. They got nothing to look forward to. You know why? Because the American dream is slowly being strangled to death. It's being strangled to death. The illusion of the American dream, Because the American dream has been dead for about 20, 30 years. But there was still an illusion. If you get a decent paying job or, a somewhat decent career, you didn't have to be, a doctor necessarily or in tech. Now you do. So as far as, like I said, manufacturing, things of that nature, tighten down your hard hats, man. Because like I said, people tapping out. They're looking ahead down the road and they just cannot figure out a way when you got the cost of housing, like I said, inflation all around the board. People are trying to figure out how the hell are they going to even make. I'm talking about young folks, 16, 17, 18, is just already then tapped out, man. Because they just can't fathom going to work at a 9 to 5, barely getting by for the next 30, 40, 50 years. And then after that, hoping there's Social Security waiting for you. So this is why, people of my background, a lot of people in my background, man, it'd be hard for us to let go of, like I said, them old habits. As far as the hustle, man, because it's like, but I'm not going to fall into the trap, man. Like I said, I made a pact with God, man. I'm going to keep it 1,000. So I know God got me, so I'm not going to jump out my body. But I tell you what, man, I understand why many, many young Americans, are just so disillusioned, at this point in time that, they feel hopeless. But there is hope, man. Like I said, you just have to find that inner strength, man. You got to find God, too, quite honestly. Because, I'll be real with you, man. At the state of the world and as the world keeps, as this shit perpetuates, if you don't have a strong faith in God, man, it's going to be a lot of people crashing out. They're going to think that they're getting over, but they really crashing out, and that's just what it is. But, like I said, man, you just got to keep that inner strength and keep your faith in God, man. And as long as you have that, you get through anything. You get through anything. 216 Skano. You already know. Shout out to the people who support. Love y'all.